Hi, my name is Michael Harvey, and I'm going to show you a quick recipe to pass for the holidays. Actually, I was watching TV one day, and I saw this great recipe. It was featured on The Doctors, and many of you may know that popular TV show where they talk about a lot of health issues. Well, one day, Dr. Stork talked about a healthy lasagna, and it was so easy, I thought that this would be a great dish to pass for the holiday. So here's the book. It's called The Doctor's Diet by Travis Stork. You have a lot of great recipes in there that I think you guys will enjoy. But let me just show you how simple it is. It was so simple that I've actually made this dish a couple of times. What you'll need, the ingredients will include a bag of spinach, about a pound, 1 tub of ricotta cheese, or you can use cottage cheese. The recipe calls for cottage cheese, but I like the flavor of ricotta cheese. Mozzarella cheese, whole wheat lasagna, you have your marinara sauce, a little black pepper, some red pepper, cooking spray. So some of the utensils that you're going to use is 2 bowls, a colander to wash out your spinach, a measuring cup, and a baking dish. All right, let's just get started. I'll show you how simple it really is. But before we do that, let's set the mood. You got to get into the holiday spirit. Got my little helper. We're going to put Sally here to kind of help out, walk me through the process. Put on my hat. How's that? Look festive? All right. We're going to put on a little bit of Christmas music. And what's Christmas and cooking without a little bit of snow? There we go. All right, so I already set the ingredients up on the table so, it'll be a little smoother. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually, I have an egg in here that's already broken. I'm going to actually mix the egg up, beat the egg first, kind of really give it a good beating. All right, gotta set that aside. Oops, made a spill there. Let me just get that off. I don't want that there. All righty. Now I'm going to actually take the ricotta cheese, dump the whole tub into the bowl. There you go. Good. Set that aside. Take the egg mixture that I mixed. It's going to pour it in there. I'm going to set that there. All right. And I'm going to take a half teaspoon of the red pepper flakes. I'm going to add that in there. So we have 1 egg beaten, 1 tub of the ricotta cheese, and a half teaspoon of the red pepper flakes. Now I'm only going to put a little black pepper in here because I don't want it too spicy. All right? You're going to really kind of mix that up. So it's kind of fluffy, kind of soft texture like butter or so, I guess, if you will. All right, I'm going to add the spinach in there. Oops. Let's go ahead and dump the spinach in there. There we go. All right, I'm going to put on some gloves because you want to kind of get the spinach saturated with the mixture. So I found the best way to do that is actually, put down the spoon and kind of get in there with your hands and kind of, I guess get kind of personal with it. So there we go. Just make sure it's kind of saturated with the cheese. And the interesting thing about this is, when you cook spinach, it kind of shrinks. It's going to do the same thing here. So we're just going to make sure, the spinach is covered. There you go. So it feels like kind of like a little pasty type thing. So you'll have something like that. All right, I'm just going to take these gloves off. And the next thing I'm going to do is actually spray the baking pan with some olive oil cooking spray. Just kind of lightly dust it so, everything will not stick. I have whole wheat noodles. It calls for about a pound or so, or less than a pound of these little wheat noodles. Just kind of layer them in the bottom as so. I like to break them up and kind of do them like a puzzle on the side. Kind of do that. Then I'm going to layer it. You start with your first basic layer of the noodles. Then you go ahead and you add the mixture, the spinach, cheese mixture. Excuse me, I'm going to do it this way because it's easier for me to pour. Kind of put it in there as such. There we go. So the idea is actually that once you pour it in there, just simply layering it. So you just kind of pushing it down. You want it all to fit. Now this type of dish will usually serve about 8 people. If you cut it, I guess this is I don't know what the measurement is on this, but looks like something like a 2 by 3 or so. You can actually get 8 servings out of here. Cut it down the middle. Bite size, nice sizes. You know, just to kind of serve as a nice little side dish. There you go. So the next layer is you're going to take your noodles and you're going to put another layer on top, as such. No, really simple. Okay, I'm actually going to break these up again to have the corners covered with the noodles. And I do want you to know, you notice I am using dried noodles. The sauce, the marinara sauce on top, it cooks with it. It cooks the noodles and softens them as it goes. All right. So you have your layer there. Then you're going to take your marinara sauce. Usually the recipe calls for a cup of marinara sauce, but I found that just a cup is kind of dry. So usually I do more, pretty much the whole bottle for mine. There you go. Then you kind of just make sure you cover the noodles, because as I stated, the noodles, the sauce helps cooks the noodles. There you go. Kind of look pretty, doesn't it? And the colors, I think it looks like the Christmas colors. All right. Then you go ahead and you top it off. The final step is kind of, just putting mozzarella cheese on here. The recipe does call for half a cup of mozzarella cheese, but my family's cheese eaters, so I usually do a lot more than the recipe calls for. I usually do probably a cup and a half of the cheese mixture. And another thing that's good about this is it's not an expensive dish. I think for the whole dish, depending on where you go and shop, I think I spent about $10 for everything. But if you go to the health food stores, definitely it'll cost more. And there you have it. You have a quick dish to pass. Preheat the oven to 350. You put it in the oven. Wait anywhere from a half an hour to 45 minutes. After that, let it sit for 10 minutes, and you have a real simple, wonderful, nice tasting dish. I hope you enjoy the recipe. It's called the Quick Spinach Recipe. And again, it's in the Doctor's Diet. And I will have a link for you guys to reference that. So thank you. Happy holidays to you and your family, and I wish everybody good luck.